Today I have a story to tell you. It's an old Buddhist story that comes out of the forest monk tradition in Southeast Asia. Once upon a time, there was a peaceful kingdom, a happy kingdom, that was led by a great prince. As the story begins, the prince is away from home, doing things that princes do, attending to affairs of state, and helping his subjects wherever he could. The prince's courtiers were left to take care of the palace. One day, the courtiers awoke to find that a goblin had situated himself in the middle of the throne. It was a very disrespectful thing for the goblin to do, and everyone was shocked. It was very wrong. So the chief courtier took it upon himself to ask the goblin to leave, and he did it in a stern voice. "Goblin," he said, "get off the throne." The goblin did nothing, but if you looked very closely, you could see that the goblin had grown an inch or so. The chief courtier added, "You're too dirty to be on the throne." Now it was very clear that the goblin was growing. So the courtiers were worried, and they whispered to each other what to do. It's such a difficult problem. How can we get this goblin away? They were so worried and so anxious about it that they left a lot of their responsibilities undone. Chatter, chatter, chatter. One of them thought that he might use a fly swatter, or some equivalent to a fly swatter. And so he tried to swat the goblin. Didn't work. Somebody else prodded the goblin with a pole. The goblin got bigger and bigger, so big that the folds of his body started to flow over the sides of the throne. And the courtiers continued to worry until one day the prince returned. He came up to the palace with horns announcing his presence, and the courtiers all ran out to talk to him and tell him, oh prince, please don't be mad, don't be angry at us, we're so sorry, but we can't get this goblin off the throne." The prince said, quite calmly, not to worry. "Take care of my horse, and I'll attend to it." So he went inside, into the throne room, and said, "Hello, goblin. Thank you for visiting. Have my courtiers been kind to you? Would you like some tea and maybe some sweet cakes?" And with each of these comments, the goblin grew smaller and smaller. So small did he grow that the prince took his hat off and swooped the goblin up, brought the goblin outside, and let him out, being kind all the while, saying, "I appreciate your visit. Thank you for coming." And then he went in and locked the gate. So what is this story about? Well, if you think that it's about you internally, you're on the right track. So consider the possibility that the throne is the self, yourself. And consider the possibility that the goblin is just one of those troubles that life offers us very frequently. And then you can think of the courtiers as those internal thoughts that we have, that voice inside that keeps chattering away, sometimes obsessively worried, chatter, and the feelings that come with it that are sometimes tense and sometimes angry. All that is going on. And the story then goes on to say that the prince was really your Buddha, your enlightened being. He came in with kindness, charity really, calm, and the wisdom to know that you can't kill the goblin. The goblin is part of our lives. Trouble is part of our lives. And you can't destroy the courtiers, all that internal talk and worry. You can't do that. But what you can do, and what he did so well, was to attend to the present moment. Now, if you like, listen to this again. Listen to the story. But this time, listen to it as something going on inside your own mind and body.